Howdy y'all, and welcome to Lex Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Ooh, piggy. Piggy, 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 piggy. Come back, little piggy. I'm gonna crush you up. Oh. Gotcha. Yeah, you're exhausted now because you had to chase the pig down. So, this is my second attempt to record today. I'm not exactly sure what happened the first time, but it recorded with absolutely no sound. Why that is, I don't know. I checked the microphone. I checked the microphone before I start, and it was definitely on, but the computer just didn't react, apparently. Recorded the game sound, just not me talking for a half hour, which maybe you prefer that, I don't know. But 30 minutes of me meandering my way through an episode, lost forever. Did not find my last piece for my Magnum. I did find a gun safe, and it had a piece for the Magnum in it, just it was a piece I already have. So that's not really all that helpful. Repaired my sledgehammer, and picked up a little bit of water and some empty jars. Now, at the end of the last episode that actually recorded, I had attempted to boil up some water to clean it, and something happened and I lost 15 jars of boiled water. So don't swap out cooking utensils, because the game apparently really doesn't like that, because that's what I did. I swapped out my cooking pot for my grill. Oh man, you know what? I left my cooking pot behind. I need to grab another cooking pot. Next time we see one. But yeah, so I had swapped out my well, that can't be. I swapped out my cooking pot for my grill. Maybe yep, I'm not sure what I did. I did something. Anyways, it involved changing around my cooking utensils, and when I did that, it made the noise of dropping, but they weren't on the ground, and so I lost 15 jars of boiled water. Not that it's hard to replace, but, you know, it's annoying, a little bit, maybe. So we are on the move again, looking for whatever it is we can find. I did find a church in the episode that had no sound. Dug up a couple of graves just to see if they had. I've never dug up the graves in the church. I've done it out in the desert town on the main map, but I'd never done it at the church. But yeah, there are graves under the ground. They're not buried very deep though. They're only one block down. I'm really surprised we don't see like opened graves from the zombies coming out of the ground or something. That would be funny. Ooh, it'd be awesome if they had zombies that crawled out of the ground. That would be awesome. Because then they could just be random coming out of the ground wherever. That's a cool looking hill. I'm going to go climb that hill. I still don't understand why there are those spikes in the water. I'm not sure what is causing that in the terrain gen, but it's a little bizarre. A little bit. Is this coal? No, it is. It's a big patch of coal on the surface. Weird. I should have swapped that out for my little coal chunks I'm carrying on me. I'm probably going to have to dump out my coal chunks anyways, because I'm going to need the space for other things. Man, the lighting glitches are still going. I I haven't updated my recording software, so I'm still having to play this with the anti-cheat turned off, which was pretty much the reason why I haven't attempted to go on anybody's server. Because, you know, I mean, it's no fun if I can't record it, right? And so, apparently we've patched, 7 Days to Die patched to take care of the issue, but I think I need an updated version of my recording software because it still will not detect 7 Days to Die with the anti-cheat software installed. So it's a little hard to record when your recording software doesn't recognize that the game is running. Well, I guess that depends on the method of the recording software. I know, like, what is it, OBS? You just tell it which area of the screen to record, and whatever is there it records. I haven't tried that one out. I like DxTory, and but it needs to know what software is running, which makes it unable to record some things that I'd like to record sometimes. But maybe I'll check out that OBS one of these days and see what it's like. I haven't got to it yet. Would be awesome is if I had actual, like, streaming capabilities. Then I'd probably do some of that, but my internet is terrible on that end of things. It's a pretty good download rate, but okay, those two sticks together from this side make that look man-made. See that? It looks like a platform, but it's not. Just two weird branches. Yeah, I don't know why, but my DSL is 10 meg download and 768 kilobit up. So I don't know where they came up with that number, but unfortunately, out here in the middle of nowhere, there isn't really anything else available. I mean, before this, my internet was 1.5 down and 500 up. So this is much better than what I had. By far. So I'll stick with this until something better comes along. Although I'm a little jealous, they just put in 1 gigabit internet or fiber to the premises in a nearby town. Which is funny. It's actually a town. It's not a city. Like I bet they don't have a building over a couple of stories in the entire thing, and they now have fiber to the premises. It's 30. What is it? 36 a month, I think I read there, for 30 meg up, 30 meg down. I am definitely jealous of that. I don't want to move to that town, though. Well, I don't really see anything in the fog, so we'll continue marching south along the road here. Oh, look. Out of the fog comes a building. And a bee. What happened to this building, though? You missed me, bee. Is that beehive? What am I looking at? Those are beehives, right? I've never seen them like that before. It's a swarm! I'm being swarmed. Back off, bees. Ouch. Let's go in and see what this place has got to offer. Besides bees. I'm inside now, alright? You can buzz off. Ha ha ha. Pants, gun. Nope. All I need is a 44 Magnum cylinder. That's all I'm looking for. 44 Magnum cylinder. So since last episode, I watched episode 2 of The Walking Dead for this new season. Really? That's funny. I guess it shouldn't be any weirder than finding it on the bees. That's right, bee. I'm all up here in your hive. I poked my hole in. My hole? My finger in. What is this? Buckshot. Read that, read that. Oh, that's weird. I usually find books in the chest like that. So, yeah, it was good. I know last episode we talked about it a little bit, and I don't know why I just clicked on it again. And I said that I thought they were going off comic, but I was wrong. The stuff that happens on the show is similar to what happened in the comic, but there's a lot of differences, and so I was thinking that since last season had some new stuff that's not in the comic, that I had reached a point where it was ahead of the comic now. Not that I've caught up on the last couple months on the comic. It's not a comic I regularly read. Usually what happens is I'll watch a season of The Walking Dead, and then when it gets over, I catch up on the comic. And so I had caught up on the newest issues of the comic after last season got over. And so there's some major differences between the comic and the show. And so I figured that at this point, man, all these houses are covered in bees. Bees, my God. There's a really weird comic about whoops with Batman, and they talk about how they use bees as a weapon. And Batman's like, bees, my God. So I find it funny. Oh, man. Uh-oh. I think I'm officially out of cooked food. Time to start grabbing some cans. How we doing on glass jars? Alright, I got 15. I don't want any more. So the comic basically ended with the last one I read. Oh man, it's a potato. I gotta take the potato. The last I read in the comic basically ended with the end of the governor. I think I really feel like I may be getting some things confused in my head a little bit here. I'm pretty sure I know the direction this current season's headed in, and so it'll be cool to see that done. But because of the death of some major characters that were still major characters in the comic, I assumed that we had moved out of the territory of the comic. And then this week's episode is straight out of the comic. Alright, not the whole episode necessarily, but the ending of the episode. That is something that happened in the comic. And most of what's happened has happened in the comic, just slightly differing ways. Or majorly differing ways sometimes. Like, some of the characters aren't in the comic. and I'm really surprised that the comic hasn't added them, honestly. Um, and so um, now, like the episode this week was about this preacher guy or priest or whatever he is, and I don't remember that from the comic. Um, so, and I actually kind of think that what they've moved into now is some early comic stuff, actually. I don't know. If you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, it ends with cannibals in the process of eating one of the members of the main group. And so in the comic, I think it was the guy who drove the RV. I'm pretty sure he's the one that they wound up eating. And that guy's been dead for, what, 2 seasons now? At least? I know it's only had like 4 seasons, but he died in like the 2nd season, I think. I was really shocked that he died. Oh, look, another potato. And so I'm pretty sure he's the one that got eaten by the cannibals. Pretty sure. And they had more with that dude who says he knows the cure this week, talking about how they got to get him to Washington, and how they've all decided to make sure he gets there. So I'm thinking they're gonna go ahead with the most recent chapters of the comic, even though the characters involved are way different. They're gonna have to be introducing a whole new bad guy here if they're gonna do what the comic did, because the guy who did it in the comic is not alive on the show anymore. So that's gonna be interesting. If I remember it correctly. I'm not promising that I remember it correctly, you understand. But I'm pretty sure the governor, it was the bad guy in what's about to go down. And maybe it wasn't the governor. I don't know. I just remember, like last episode, I talked about how they had a whole refinery thing. Well, I'm pretty sure that's what's about to happen. It doesn't all take place in a refinery, but a good portion of it does involve, I believe it's a refinery. It might be just a factory. But there's also maybe another town coming up, and a lot more people. Except some of the characters involved in that story aren't on the show. So I honestly can't even remember if they're still alive. Whatever happened to that blonde woman that ran with Michonne? She just disappeared, right? She didn't die, did she? I can't remember what her name was either. Gross. I thought, ew, disgusting. That's like guts laying on the ground. And then I'm like, oh, wait, maybe it's some kind of metal. Nope, pretty sure that was supposed to be guts laying on the ground. Yeah, like this right here. Little smears of dried blood. But definitely still an awesome show. I like the season premiere a lot better than the second episode, but You gotta admit that season premiere was pretty spectacular. Although they did have the car that took Beth show up in this one, so I'm really excited to see what they're going to do about that. And it was Daryl and Carol who saw the car, and they've gone off after it. So if wherever they wind up doesn't turn out to be good people, they're dead people. I'm pretty sure Daryl and Carol are the two most dangerous people in the group, especially Carol. Daryl probably was at one point, but he's getting a little tame, kind of. And but Carol, she's going feral. So it was nice to see her and Rick patch things up since he kicked her out. Huh. Ooh, speaking of zombie stuff, I was gonna look it up. I forgot. The last book in I just talked about it. Why can't I remember what that series is called? Darktide Rising. The last book in Darktide Rising is about to come out. And I'm very excited for that. That's the series by John Ringo that I talk about from time to time. You know, the one where the family goes on the run during the zombie apocalypse, and they wind up out in the ocean. They start clearing any ships they come across for survivors, killing all the zombies on board. They start to rebuild society in the first book. In the second book, I think they clear Guantanamo Bay in that one. And then in the third book, which came out earlier this year, that's a big building coming up. Oh, that's a bigger building. I think we just found another city. I didn't have a lot of luck on the last city for my part, but maybe this time. What kind of building is this with the bushes around it? That one there is the police station, right? Which did not have my parts last time. Maybe not. I'm not sure what that... It looks like it's got pillars on the front, though, and I'm pretty sure that one is a broken open police station. Or maybe it's just ruins. It's that ruins. Information Center. This is a police station right here. Really? You went all bouncy from one bash to the face? It's kind of sad. I have not been running. Why is my stamina so low? Oh, look, I can just reach it from out here. I don't have to cut that down. Awesome. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited. The last book that came out in May ended with a pretty big event in London, and so I am looking forward to what happened after London. Mostly, I'm a little sad that it's the last book, but the leader of the human forces, basically, keeps talking about his plan to clear the mainland, and they have not given any hints at all on what that plan is. And so I am looking forward to finding out what his plan is, because I can't imagine what he's going to use to kill millions and millions of zombies. I mean, we're talking like, I think they're getting like 2% of the population surviving, and so 2% of the 350 million people that live in the United States. And that's just the United States. You know, we're talking like what, 600,000 people. Does that seem right? Did I do math correctly? Let me think about that. 350 million. 10% of 350 million would be 35 million. Right? So 1% would be... Oh yeah, no, I did that wrong. 6 million people? 2% would be 6 million? There's no way 6 million people survived. In the United States. That's way too many. They've only got like 1,000 people so far, so it has to be smaller than that. 0.2% maybe? I don't know. Anyways, so that's a lot of zombies you gotta clear out. I mean, we're talking hundreds of millions of zombies. And, seriously, guy, all I've been doing is opening jars. Why are you not... Get some stamina back up there, dork. That's right, I call my guy dork. You know, there's no safe in this room. And, oh, there's the 44. I already got that book. Pretty sure I've got all the book recipes at this point. Unless there's something super rare, because we went from no books to as many books as you can carry. And then some. I need this room? Yes. I actually need both parts of this room. Wow. That takes a lot of hits, man. You know what? I better just go downstairs and see if I can hit the kitchen for some food before we get started on this. Oop. Guys got any food in this place? Oh, did I already check these? Oh man, I already checked these. I need food. Alright, let's go ahead and make up some food then. But I know, like, they used, like, semi-trailers, and then they put, like, blades inside of them. And then they, and then they use those to... Oh, did I dump out my coal? So anyways, and then they use that to grind up the zombies. I mean, along with guns, lots and lots of guns. So that's not gonna work. I mean, I guess they could drop a bunch of those in the cities, but that'd be weird, right? I mean, I'm gonna need a lot more food than this. But so anyways, I'm very curious when that comes out to find out what happened to everybody at the end after the London mission, because it was pretty harrowing. And I'm just really curious to see what's going on. And a little sad that it's going to be the final book because that series has been so awesome. Best zombie books ever read. Not that I've read a lot of zombie books, but of the zombie books I've read, definitely the best. Well, I think I'm going to call it here. Or maybe we'll stick around and see what's in this suitcase once I... Never break this open. You know what? You know what? Maybe not what it's meant for, but much easier than me slamming against the wall. Good job, noisy thing. Alright, let's see what's in this. And then we'll call it a day. Yeah, tomorrow night. Well, I guess when this airs would be on a Friday. So, so the day this comes out would be Friday. So Friday night is the next episode of Z Nation, which was okay this week, I guess. It was not amazing. It had some decent concepts. I like the people who were worshiping zombies, basically, who went on suicide missions to bring down the military base that was basically fenced off from the outside. That was cool. But you know, still a little shocked that they killed their main character. So we'll have to see where they go from there on Friday night. Not the right parts. Dang you, game. Why can't you just give me the right parts? I just want to try out a 44 Magnum. I'll take that, though. Alright, well, I guess we'll have a small city to explore next time, looking for that last part. I'm pretty sure most of this is rubble, though, so probably not going to explore that apartment building. Maybe there won't be much at all we need to explore here. I don't know, we'll have to see. I don't really know where Magnum parts drop. I know they're extremely rare. And I just need that one last piece. Which unfortunately... Ugh, are you kidding me? Just use it for everything. So, you know, until I find it, gotta keep looking. I don't want to settle down and build a fort or something. Although it is getting nighttime here, so what are we at? 5 o'clock now? I am going to need to hold up here pretty quick for the night. Honestly. It's been so long since 9.3 came out that we're on, what? I think this is episode... Oh, that explains why the sound didn't work. It was episode 13. Oh... Silly, fake, suspicious number. Suspicious? That's not the word I want. Alright, click like if you like, subscribe to be sure and catch the next one. I'll talk to you later.